This is not normal. Okay,
very normal.
These things are
very normal. Yes, very normal.
So it's like, and I feel like I've always said, like, I'm not gonna be that person. This is not normal. And here I am, like, you just casually drop certain things, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was cool. What was that like
You're
for
funny,
you?
Man.
No, that is actually amazing.
Listen, kiss the ring, man. Y'all know who the reigning, who the defended AFC North champs are this year.
Talk to me like I'm a champion.
Come on, man. Look, address me as king of the North. All right, address me as your most humble 2025 kings of the AFC North. Yeah, massa. All right, and refer to us that way for now. Just until the end of next year, okay? Yeah, put some respect on it. Oh man, and we welcome all, man. Don't matter who you rock with, man, where you come from. If you got good energy, man, this is the place to be. And if you got negative energy, good luck trying to keep that negative energy in here, all right? Because we're going to positively you to death, all right? We're going to say, well, I love you. Now what? Hope you have a great day, cloudy with cloudy 80 degrees. Hope it's sunny over there, too. I hope it ain't even a breeze too much for you, unless it's a breeze to keep you cool, okay? Just so you can be cool watching your Ravens lose.
It's the off season. And I said during the season, remember I was like, enjoy the season, enjoy these games, enjoy this moment, enjoy the losing, enjoy the winning, enjoy all of it, because as soon as it's over, you don't have that anymore. And now we don't have that anymore. So now we're back to, all right, who are we going to get to coach? Who's going to be like, this is where we're at.
Well. Shout out. It's a Tuesday turn up. You already know what time it is. Arthur Moats over here doing the dual collab with the one and only Dr. T, aka TaNeisha from @ReallyFlawed YouTube channel. Hit the like button on both, subscribe on both, and you better have that notification bell. Also clicked on both one time for the culture. If you know, you know. But what is up? What is up?
So cute. That was so cute. That was so cute. I was just watching and laughing. I'm like, oh, it's so funny too, because like I was watching and I'm like, how come all your clips you could find you not wearing a black shirt except for one?
No. You see, intentional too. I was very intentional because I've been hearing, I've been seeing the subtle. Oh man, we were all color coordinated. I know he's about to have a black shirt on the next time. I'm like, oh, okay. I hear all the little, and even though when I go into the closet and I'm like, okay, I see all the black shirts calling me. I see all the off black shirts calling me. I see all the super dark gray shirts calling me, and I'm just like,
I love
nope,
it.
I am not gonna do this. I'm gonna go find me something white, something bright. So we're tie-dye today, okay? Shout out to the Grateful Dead, all right? And I see you got some animal on you over there, little leopard.
Yeah, usually we're like a little bit more coordinated than this. Today it's like, no, everybody for themselves. It's funny too, because sometimes when I put comments in there, like I know you're gonna see them, and I'm like, oh, let me be petty, right? Okay, send. Let me read it. Perfect. Yep. Said what I wanted to say.
But no, I get it. Trust me, I do it. And the reason is this. It's because, ladies and gents, she has a PhD. Okay. So from here on out, y'all make sure y'all call her Dr. T. All right. Put respect on this lady's name. All right. She's not here to play. She's a doctor. PhD. Just remember that. All right. Coming back later. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, okay, man? I was inspired.
So proud. I don't like, it's not hard, and it's kind of fun because it's like, boop, boop. It's
I mean, it is, and actual factuals too. It's like, yeah, you do got a PhD, like it's legit, and I thought that was cool because I was like, man, let's put something truthful up here, right? Like we see all the different scores that pop up, and it's like, oh yeah, they lost. It was for real. That's factual. So it's like, yeah, if it's gonna be on the ticker, it has to be factual, and you do have a PhD. So shout out to you. Let's go, Dr.
I love
T.
that. That's so cool. I also like, if you all have not watched the show that dropped yesterday on Moats' channel,
shout out to the panel.
And
shout
not
out.
like from like, you have to watch the whole thing. I know that it's 2 hours. I know that like, it's like, oh my God, it's so long. Trust me. The second hour, you won't regret it. You will absolutely not regret it. And for that, I need to say, Moats, I accept your apology for what you did to me.
Hey, look, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. If you're gonna get on me about my trauma that I discovered in the second half of the show, we can also all acknowledge the fact that all this Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback talk, make her sound real simple in this offseason pie. But let's just remove that off the equation real quick. Now, what are we
No,
talking about? Yeah, I want
I
y'all
accept
to
your
say why I'm
apology.
feeling it. Okay.
I want you to know that I accept your apology. Yeah, and I'm still bothered. Okay, I still have issues. I'm still thinking about it, but I accept your apology. That didn't happen,
TaNeisha,
but I accept
TaNeisha,
it.
I was so happy when I saw a new report pop up just yesterday. Kyler Murray potentially get 30 million on the open market. Malik Willis potentially is going to be up in that 20 to 30 million dollar range. And I'm like, yes, yes. Let's get nasty this offseason, baby.
It's gonna get yeah, and like you just don't even care about my feelings. You just are like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. I'm like, so yeah. So I just wanted to tell you I accept your apology that you didn't give, but I still accept it, even though because you're a Steelers legend and because you have 16.5 sacks. Can we talk about that intro? What a
I'm just
great
like
intro.
I was really stressed. Okay, I was really anxious about it. I was trying my hardest. I'm like, man, when you do intros, it has like all these different like visuals and these sounds and these bells and these graphics and like letters and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, guys, what's my version of this? What's my version that could at least make it look okay as I'm sitting across from a person that has a PhD that we actually do have to call Dr. T. Okay, so I'm thinking of all these things as I'm going through the edits and even music. I'm like, man, I gotta make sure I got the right music playing as well, right? To make sure it's a little bit uplifting, a little bit, fun for where we're at this point in the off season. This is definitely the fun part, right? Because if you're tuning in for here, you're not tuning in because you want hard hit next. No, you're tuning in for the vibe. You're tuning in because you're like, yo, this where the fun people at, man. This where it's gonna be a good time. And shout out to the chat, the congregation. Y'all know how we do it. So that's what all the things I was thinking of. But yeah, it was a lot of pressure on me. Okay, you be making me nervous. Even when you're not up here, I'll be just like, all right, I can do this.
The background of me, like,
yeah, man.
No, listen, it's funny too because I feel like our videos are like us. Like yours is like fun and it's like entertaining and like nobody can see you, but I can see you like dancing in the background. And I'm like so focused because I'm like, oh, I remember that. And then mine, I'm like very meticulous, like trying to find the right moment to cut it and slice it and like make it zoom and zag. And like, it's funny because it's like, I love it though. I loved it. I was sitting there. If you weren't here when the show started, you missed a new intro.
Oh no, facts, man. Yeah. Definitely go back though. All right, ladies, just definitely go back, okay? Because we're working, okay? We're improving. Shout out to TaNeisha, the doctor. She's pushing us, okay? Sometimes she needs some pushing, okay? She give me a lot of pushing over here. It's been good work, okay? It's been good work.
Pusher. I'm pusher of all things.
There it is. There it is.
And also, like the banner. Shout out to you. Did you change the color or was it?
Hey, look. It's a work in progress. It's work in progress. All right. But I do like this color on you though. Okay. I like this color. I feel like, it pops because it contrasts your eyes. There you go. All right. It's a good contrast right there. All right. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Everything was fine. And then
I was trying.
Everything was fine, and then that is so funny. It looked so good too, and it's fun. It kind of because like shows have that, so it's like it's normal for us to watch things go across the screen. So kudos to you.
Like I said, man, good teamwork over here. All right, like I said, man. Hey, every once in a while, guys, it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to step out of your comfort zone and stress over it. Okay, get anxious about it. All right, get these little sweat beads popping up, and then have everybody in the house looking at you like, why is Dad in this corner by the window on this computer for all these hours? Got wifey looking at me like, babe, are you okay? I know we watching court TV, but you're not actually in this trial. Like this isn't. I'm like, I know, babe, but you don't understand right now. All right, I got a couple of days. Okay, I got a couple of days. I've already had to push it back because I was stressing. You got sick. We had to make sure I had to do the heavy lifting for a little bit. All right, babe. So I'm here. I'm ready though. Okay, I'm ready.
First of all, don't believe any of that, guys. He's lying. Okay, it's not this dramatic. All right, but yes, get out of those comfort zones for sure because you never know what you can create when you're outside of your comfort zones. Like you just never know. And the best part is when it's done and then you show it and you're like, you know what? Okay. Like that was worth it. Yeah. That extra 30 minutes on that one thing that no one will ever know. It took an extra 30.
Extra 30. Lord have mercy.
No, I mean I said the one thing. Like usually, no, I mean I was searching for clips for a while and I still can't find it, by the way, because you're wearing a black shirt, but you're not wearing a black shirt
see,
today.
I'm doing my best
So, I
going
love
forward.
it.
I got colors on. I'm colorful.
I love it. I
Okay?
love
Super
colors.
colorful.
I
So
love
there you
it.
have it.
In my mind, I was like, oh man, I hope he saw that petty comment.
Yes. Oh, for sure, for sure. I was just like, oh, I'm not even going to entertain this right now. Just know it's duly noted. That's what I say. Duly noted. I got
But
you.
Moats,
Got you.
Moats, how do you leave a comment and you want us to comment and then you don't even show back?
It's a work in progress. I told you everything about the internet, everything about the social media, everything about this medium that we have, right, where we communicate and we have a chat and fist, it goes against every bone in my body, okay? Like, there is nothing about this that is just natural and we just, oh yeah, this should be a back and forth. There is nothing that says that. So me just looking at it is like a step in the right direction.
Okay.
Me hitting the like button, like the little heart. Now we're really getting edgy. Okay. When I mess around and I type a couple of times and actually respond, now I'm on the wild side. I'm like, hey guys, watch out real quick. All right. So yeah, like that's kind of the vibe. So like I said, it's different for me, but I'm learning. Okay. Proud. I'm trying to evolve. I'm trying. Yeah.
I was like, did he just drop a video and type us in the comment section? There's no way that's real. And then I was like, no, he did. And so then I responded, but then I checked back in a few hours and I was like,
don't do it.
Oh, like he ain't gonna respond to none of this.
I'm trying. All right. I'm trying. I'm getting better. All right. Baby steps. No. But it's like,
well,
one little thing at a time.
Yeah. I will say it works to my advantage on Instagram because I'm like, oh, he ain't gonna see this till the end of the day. So I'm just gonna post it. He'll see it eventually.
Look, it'd be 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, dang. I hope this don't look weird that I'm about to like open this DM up. It's only going to tell me that, hey, I'm collabed. All right. But I hope this don't look weird. Okay. I know she tagged me in the story. Is it appropriate for me to put the story up at 11:30 at night? Or should I suppose like wait to the next day? Like, what are the rules on this thing? Like, I'll be overthinking it all the way. And then I'm just all right, I'm going to just click it and then just let the chips fall where they may. But yes, it's a lot of that goes on. Okay. A lot of
it. You know what's funny? I will say, since I've been collaborating with you, I don't even mind that I'm an overthinker anymore. Because I used to almost be like, oh my God, because my overthinking. And so like, obviously talking to you more and more, I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of normal for people to kind of be like, is this the right moment? Is it the right time? Like, well, like it might look weird. Like even sometimes just a response, I'm like, I mean, I could respond right now, like I'm wide awake, but it's like 2:30. Like that's kind of weird. Yes. So it's like all of these moments, even like last night, I was kind of like, I'm like, whoa, I was waiting for this one. Like, it's like, but you're like, man, is that the right? Okay. Was that weird?
Yes.
Okay, no. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Whatever.
It's been times where I'm like, man, it's 10:30 at night. Shit, I said this. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and sit this. All right, I'm not overthinking this thing, man. We're gonna be fine. All right. So it's only weird if you make it weird. That's what I always say. It's only weird if you make it weird. All right, just lean into it, man. We're here. We're doing it.
Just lean in. Just lean
yes.
Just lean.
Yes. And shout out to everybody that is here today also, man. Let's lean in with y'all too, man. Drop where y'all tuning in from, man. We ain't shout y'all out in a minute, man. All right, let's shout y'all out real quick. All right, where you coming from? Where you tuning in from? Put it in the comment section, baby. And like we said, man, y'all know the drill. Like it up, man. Let's go.
Not Mike calling us out in the comment section.
Oh. Well, Mike, shout out to you, Mike Hood. All right. He says, that's what happens when you are overeducated. LOL. Shout out to the overeducated, man. Overthink everything over it. Well, look, you can't get this. Hold on. You she has a PhD. Okay. She's a doctor. Okay. That's what we call her Dr. T. So the only way you can get that is by overeducating, is by overthinking, is by, they say it in positive ways. They say we're deep researchers. Okay. And we like to take a lot of times to be very meticulous. Okay. And we want to make sure that we run through all the different scenarios. So that way we are prepared for the various outcomes and we are never caught off guard. Not we're overthinking it. Not we're overeducated. Not we're doing way too much. No. Okay. So it's all about how you frame it. And that's why she has a PhD. As you can see with the ticker going across our heads right now. All right. Dr. T. Shout out to the doctor. All right, I'm back now. I feel better now. All right. Oh, and shout out to Mike Hood also in the 614 Columbus, aka the Ohio State territory.
I don't know about that, but whatever.
Oh, shout out to her. There it is. Shots fired one time for the culture. She says, and he says, how about them Buckeye linebackers? I'm literally watching Sonny Styles blaze that 40 right now, man. Just on replay, repeat. Shout out to the guys, man. Yeah, man. Ohio State, we joked about that, TaNeisha. We said we don't know what they like feed those guys, where they train at, what mountain they're on. But wow, like, cause yeah, TaNeisha, you can't train like a regular person and come on and have these type of performances, man. Like them the size, speed, explosiveness combo. It's like no. I can't just run like that on just regular grass in Pittsburgh. I got to go to like Fiji or something like that. You know, I got to go to like the depths of like India. You know, just like, oh, he's on the backside of Everest. This is where he trains like this at. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like I'm just kind of curious to see who's going to take him. Like at this point, because no one will be upset. Everyone will be like, okay, yeah, that one makes sense. Yeah.
Also got the homie Rod Dollars in the building, man. You know the 330 Youngstown, Ohio, aka Mr. Share a Line, baby. Share a line. Let's get it. Of course, King Memphis in the building, 901. Or King Cam, who is the king of Memphis, 901. She's I love Memphis over there. She was Memphis. I hear
the food, you. The culture. I'm all about. Yeah. I love me some Memphis.
Come on, man.
In the daytime. Food, in the daytime. I'll be honest. In the daytime. Okay. In the daytime. I'm just gonna keep it real. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Okay. In the daytime. All right. That's my vibe. Daytime, I'm all about it. What are those cookies? Insomnia cookies and all that, in that area with that little barbecue place on the corner. Yeah, I'm all about it in the daytime. Sign me up in the daytime. All right. When the sun starts going down, I will go back to my hotel.
I'll holler at you. Yep. Well, no parts of that. There it is. Oh, we got home team in the house, man. Shout out to the man Kenneth Moses in the 757, aka the crib. If you know, salute from Virginia Beach. And he's sitting in the 202 right now. The weather outside is frightful. Yeah, man, we got some little rainage over here as well, man. A little sprinkle dinkle, but it's all good, man. Just give you a reason to pop out the windbreaker with the umbrella combo today, guys. Come on, man. Let's get it. Yeah, what is this? A little sprinkle? You got just a little windbreaker on that thing, man. All right, yeah. Now, are you an umbrella person? Because I'm an umbrella person.
I know umbrella, man. I'm gonna be real. Like this might sound weird coming from a black woman, but I just got to be real. Listen, if I'm not wearing a hoodie, the hair is just gonna get wet because I don't have time.
Okay.
Okay. It's just is what it is. And the other thing is too, is holding an umbrella and then your purse and then all the, I don't have time for that. Just let my hair get wet. It's fine. Okay. I get it done every 2 weeks. It'll fix itself.
I'm gonna get this done. Don't you trip on this play. Don't you trip.
Yeah. Hoodie.
Yeah. See, I'm so bougie. Like when I get out and it's raining, I get like excited because in my mind, I feel like I'm like the distinguished gentleman walking down London. I pop this, get the umbrella out real quick. Good day, sir. Good day, lad. What's some fish and chips? All right, maybe. It's a bloody Tuesday. While I'm thugging though, because I got, like I said, I'm bumping something ratchet in my ear. I'm just good day. Want to pick the kids up? Yeah.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Wait, yes. What is your favorite ratchet thing? Like when you say ratchet, like what's the first song that comes to your mind?
Pooh Shiesty Back in Blood with Lil Durk. I'm walking in there. Oh, God, this is a great day, Miss Smith. I'm so happy to see you, Mrs. Johnson, right there. You getting back in blood. Good day. Of course. Cheerio.
Mine is usually like a Nipsey, like Sound of My Ceremony, like something that just like hits as soon as it comes on. I'm like, I don't feel like being bothered in my ear. Let's go. Nobody ever knows what I'm listening to. They're like, what are you listening to? I'm like, you don't.
I love that. That's how it's gotta be right there. That's how it's gotta be. Hey, I see you Vegas in the building, man. What up, Manny? Every fresh. Let's go, man. Let's go. Oh, and King Cam also says Memphis loves you too, Dr. T. No, Dr. Leopard T. Shout out to the leopard, man. Shout out to Dr. T with the leopard.
I won't say too much, but like I have some things I'm doing this month and I'm like trying out different outfits and different things because like I just wear the same thing over and over and over. Like I don't really buy new things unless I'm rips because I'm cheap, and when I do buy things, it's on Amazon. And so I'm just trying out new things. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pack that. So just so we know.
Let's go. So look, he says, so obviously King Cam says that, Memphis loves you, Dr. Leopard T. And then Rod Dollars also says he'll protect you as well, Dr. T. Okay, so if you're ever feeling, danger down there in Memphis, he said he got you. All right, so shout out. God bless you.
I'm like an endangered species.
And I do see you in the building, Rochester. One time for the coaching, man. Zach Straight, man. Appreciate you being here as well, man. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So we got a couple. Well, I was about to say, I already see you over here. But I had an order of operations. So because we did have one remaining outstanding thing that we needed from last show, before we get to the fun that y'all are popping up off on this show, we're gonna get this old one first. All right. So last show, man, we did have the homie Jay Gordon. He sent the super chat right before we were getting off, so we did miss him, but we spun the block because that's what good people do. And I'm not gonna take credit for this. You know who really did this? The lady with the PhD. Okay, you see up at the top of the screen, there is something very factual going across. It says she has a PhD, so we call her Dr. T. We're not going to overthink. We're not going to overcomplicate it because I don't have a PhD. I'm not going to try to be a PhD, okay? But she is a PhD, and that's what we call her the doctor, okay? So the doctor was so clean about making sure that we had this document, that we were prepared for today's show. So salute her, all right? Now, what she says is this. Or what Jay Gordon says is this. Yo, Moats and Dr. T, if you had to use all 12 picks in this to get 4 bona fide starters out of this draft, what position would you take? Ladies first. If you could use all 12 picks to get 4 bona fide starters on draft night, this draft coming up, which position, or I'm going to just say what positions would you take?
I would get 2 receivers and a safety a corner or safety and a pass rusher if I could.
Let's go.
That would be mine. And I just want to say, if I could use somehow those 12 picks and somehow turn it into a Jeremiah Love and another receiver, I would also do that. So anyways, those are
Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Yeah, for me, man, 4 bona fide starters. I'm gonna go 2 receivers. I would like a corner or safety. I don't discriminate in that space. And for the sake of it, give me Ty Simpson as well. Alrighty, now I'm here to go. I'm ready. So yeah, that'd be the one that I'll be going with though out of my 4 because I don't want to spend this offseason recklessly on these quarterback options unless I'm getting Kyler Murray. And I don't know if we're going to get that one.
I'm triggered. I'm so triggered.
I'm just saying because the alternatives would be, like I said, Will Howard or Mason Rudolph being the only option. I just want to just give me a little cayenne. Can I get a little cayenne pepper on that thing? Just a little bit, just a little crush rep. You know when, TaNeisha, I know you big balling, all right? Because you got a PhD. So I know, you know what I'm saying? You celebrate yourself. So when you celebrate, you go out to them fancy dinners, all right? You got the leopard print on. So I know you probably got the leopard heels at times to go with it, all right? For sure. But when you're out at these fancy restaurants and they bring you a little bougie pasta, you don't ever just sit there and just be like, oh, this is perfect. No, they be like, would you like some of this fresh crushed red pepper? You want some of this? Or would you like some Parmesan cheese? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yeah, let me get a little bit of that. Let me get a little bit of this. So that's, it's just when I think of just our quarterback room as is, it's like, this is a nice dish, right? But you want a little bit of that. And you want a little bit of that on it. So I'm just going to go there with you, all right? I ain't going to let you just sit here every time you look at these quarterbacks. Nope.
Hey, Moats, how would you know? How would you know what it's like at a fancy restaurant?
Because I know a lot of fancy people. You know me. I'm the middle guy. The same way I don't have a PhD, but I talk to somebody with a PhD like all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm naturally getting smarter. I have like I ain't even got a PhD. I just got
not all the time. Can I just say, like, I just need to say this is so random. So I'm sorry. Like, just bear with me here for a second. Whenever you're on full screen and it's just your picture, your 55 picture, like it brings back memories to when I used to watch you when it was just when I could see just that. So like it's like this weird nostalgia that happens whenever I see it. It's like the weirdest thing because like I'm sitting here and I'm like in the moment and I'm like minding my business or whatever, and then that flashes and I'm like, oh, right. I am up here. I remember because I used to always watch with that thing in the background. So I don't know. I just think we need to see more of that. So
shout out. All right.
Shout out to that picture.
Shout out to old 5 over there, man.
I love it. Oh gosh. It made me feel away. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh, Okay. Yeah. This is one of those moments, everyone, where if you were here for the intro, this is not normal.
Yeah.
This is not normal.
Shout out to the intro, man. All right.
Normal.
Shout out to the intro. I'm just glad that it got the vote of approval. Okay. It produced a smile. I saw the smile come out. I was like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. I forgot the whole like vibe. So I even started like dancing because I was like, oh, I do remember this now. Like, yeah, so you know, I was happy. I like what I saw from my end. Okay. So shout out to the fact that you smiled. I liked it. So there y'all have it. All right. Hit the like button on both channels too. Subscribe to both channels. Notification bell, both channels as well. Alrighty. Now, TaNeisha, I forget because sometimes, right, when we're getting this activity like we're getting right now with super chats and memberships, right? Do we just go out of order and just hop into the memberships, or do we have like the operation? It's you know what I'm saying. Look, refresh my mind because you know
you're the Steelers legend.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that has 16.5 sacks in the NFL. You're the one that has the number one hardest job. Based on being in the NFL for 9 years. That is still number one. I Google searched it again today to see if it would change. 9 years NFL, that was you. So you pick what you want to do. Hey, I'm here with you. You know what I mean? I'm the accessory. I'm just the accessory.
Just in case y'all ain't know, I'm sucking to
that. Yeah.
Shout out to
it's
TaNeisha,
kind of
man.
cool that we can both just be amazing. We can both be amazing.
Shout out to you, man. All right. Yeah. Shout out to you. So with that, because I do like to have fun, we're gonna go ahead and
do that video.
All right, I can't help myself. Okay, I like the video, and this was also inspired by TaNeisha. Okay, it makes me laugh. I enjoy it. So shout out to Manny Fresh being an absolute rock star at life, paying it forward, man. Gifting Upper Room membership, so you know your boy appreciate you from the heart. And to the individual that received it, welcome to the Upper Room.
We got the music back. It's not shush.
Oh yeah.
I love that. You know what I also like before you get to super chat. Sorry, super chat.
Yeah.
The glasses today.
You see,
we got color. We got glasses. We got the intro.
So I'm gonna just be real with you, okay? I'm gonna be real with you. Pre-show, I was over here vibing out, right? Wiz Khalifa just dropped the new album, Girls Love Horses. So I was like, you know what, man? I got my tie-dye shirt. I swear that's what it's called. It's called Girls Love Horses. I was literally laughing because I'm like, man, TaNeisha probably laugh if I said this on the thing. And I was like, I'm gonna actually tell her that it's called Girls Love Horses. Like he's rapping about his new crib, and he's like, yo, girls love horses. A lot of horses in the crib. Like I got said, this the girls love the horses. I'm like, you know what, Wiz? Girls do love horses. You're right.
Oh my god, I just can't.
But that's what it's called. So I just figured like it was perfect. So I threw the glasses on because I was all the way feeling the Wiz vibe. You know what I mean? I'm here. All right. So yeah. So shout out to Girls Love Horses. All right. Shout out to that.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Okay. And so many.
Shout out to Wiz, man. Shout out to Wiz.
You know, you know.
There we go.
All right. If you don't know, you gotta live a little.
Yeah. All right, there we have it. So, with that being the case, though, we did get supers coming here. So, shout out to the super chats. All right, let's go right to the super chats. Okay, all right. Fair Bradford. He says, "Is there a player y'all would trade up to get in this?" And obviously talking about this upcoming draft, but is there a player that we would trade up for to go acquire in this draft? Anybody for you? Anyone that tickles your fancy, man, gets you kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I would move up for this one.
So, okay. I need to set the stage because it's not just a yes in this guy.
Okay.
If we move, I'm selfish. I don't want to let go of our 21 pick to go up and get a guy and then lose that pick. Like I would rather us do something where we could get 2 first-round picks. I know that sounds insane, but I get to dream. It's the offseason. So I would rather us get 2 picks in the first round and not give up our 21st to go up sooner and get the guy and then not have a pick. Does that make sense? So I'm like, give me some of them throw a team, some thirds, whatever. But if we could pull that off, I would say yes. If we can't pull that off, then I would say no. And I want Jeremiah Love. I can't lie. I want Jeremiah Love and I want a receiver because we're going to have Aaron Rodgers or free agent quarterback. Moats, I don't care what you say. Leave me alone. Okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings today. And so that's what I would do.
I'm just asking, are you sure? About, that he's going to be back? I'll be like, I would love to know that it's official. You know what I mean? Because if it is the case, then yes, I'm with you. All right. But if there is an alternate universe that we could potentially be living in where Aaron Rodgers decides that, you know what, man, this 1 month timeline is just too fast for me, and I don't have a desire to abide by your timelines, then I would hope that we would operate with some professionalism and say, hey, let's plan for this actually being the case, so that way we're not showing up to training camp with literally just Will Howard and Mason Rudolph as our only quarterback options. True. So yeah, man,
we're not going to do that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm with you on that. All right. I'm with you on that. And I prefer to not overpay for one of these quarterbacks either that we really don't have a lot of confidence in, that are just names on the market. So that's why I have to be a little more open to this quarterback situation, even though I don't all the way love it. Okay. I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working myself around to it. All right. But I do agree with you, TaNeisha. I would prefer to not necessarily move up. In a perfect world, if I could go back a couple of pieces or package some of those later mid-round pieces to get an additional first-round pick without losing that 21 slot, I would enjoy that. But for the sake of the super chat from my man Farron Bradford, yes, if I was going to move up, I would probably go Cardinal Tate. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get me the big, proven, nice receiver, man. There were times where he was viewed as the more productive guy at Ohio State, while we know who he was playing opposite of in Jeremiah Smith. But I like the size that he has. I like the speed that he plays with. I like the fact that he's been on the big stage, and he's coming from a place where we've seen, especially over these past few years, a lot of their wide receivers come to the NFL and translate, right? We see their route running, we see the hands catching and things like that. So that's the part to me that I am excited about. But at the same time, we know none of these guys are perfect. And the case in point being Marvin Harrison Jr., right? He was another all-world prospect, and we saw how it's been a little bit rough for him early on. Some of it to me a little bit more mental than actual physical, but that's also part of this game. But to me, Cardinal Tate would be the guy that I would move up for if I was going to be doing it, because I want a playmaker out there. Got to have me a playmaker, man.
21 then. So you move up, you get Tate. Who would you want at 21?
Man, so then shoot, I told you I want 2 wide receivers. So yeah, let me get Mekhi Lemon, man.
It's weird how we have the same thoughts.
Yeah, I like Mekhi a lot. Either him or Casey. Casey Concepcion, I like him just in the sense of, if Calvin is leaving, I need to replace that slot and return man element. I can get that with him. Whereas with Mekhi, I feel like I got my very tough, gritty route running interior slot. I think he's more physical just early on watching him, whereas Casey is a lot more of that like lightning quick, get in and out of it. But I don't think I could go wrong with either one. But I would want to pair, if I'm getting that big 6'2", 6'1" early on, then let me come back and get that little small, speedier guy that can kind of give me that, dual element out there. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm rolling, man. What would you do at 21 though? If you're keeping, like you said, for the 2 picks for you, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. So I think the first pick I would get a receiver. I honestly, so yeah, like if Calvin Austin doesn't come back, it opens it up. I really don't care. I mean, I'll take any of them.
Because
I can think of a reason why no and why yes. I mean, give me any of them and cool. And then I would take Love at. I don't know. The problem is Love. I don't know how long Love is going to be there. So, but again, I get to live in a fantasy world. So I just would want to walk out of day one and have Love and another receiver. Like that would be amazing.
I like that. Shout out to Farron Bradford, man. Nice question. Nice super chat to start that thing off, man. He also spun the block with another super. And he says, Moats, which inside linebackers fit our scheme best? I really like Lawson from Bama. I want to like Rodriguez, but I don't think he fits us. Now, this is going to be the unique thing, man. When we say us, the problem is this. We have a new D coordinator. So if this was Terrell Austin, I would be like, I could agree with you. I could see what you're talking about in the sense of, man, when we do some of this Tampa 2 stuff, you got to have a dude that's a little bit more rangy. But we also need a dude that can sit here and also play against the run with a lighter box, because that is what the too high look is. We forget that element of it. That's why when me and TG did the cover 2, right? We talked about the whiteboard wars. We said, man, yes, this is good because you got the too high safety look, but you got to have dudes that can really stand up against that run. Otherwise, it kills you. And we've seen that firsthand. So that's part of that dilemma. But right now with Patrick Graham, I just personally don't know what we are going to get. Like, I don't like not knowing, but at the same time, I kind of enjoy not knowing because it takes the pressure off. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't think you can go wrong with anybody though right now, just because we truly don't know how he's going to try to implement this thing. Is he going to be more of this, what he was doing in New York, or are we going to get more of what we were seeing from him in Vegas? They're different. So that's why I'm like, man, when in doubt, go talent. Whoever you feel is the most talented. Like, in all seriousness, that's the answer to it. That's the response.
You can't teach
but it's
that.
Like, right. Yeah. And it's like, man, and this is where we talk traits versus tape, right? And we're saying, man, if I only see a dude that looks great on film, do I take him versus a guy that has a great combine workout, great pro day, but the film isn't as perfect? Man, does that still bring value? This is where that debate hits. Because, yeah, I can watch this guy who's cooking on tape, man. He's cooking in this system, but it's like, man, does that system fit what I'm trying to do over here? It might not. So, man, maybe this guy has a little bit less production, but athletically, man, he has long arms. Athletically, I could use him in a couple of spaces that now gives me some freedom. It gives me a little bit more leeway on this player. Man, I'm going to take this dude that has these traits a lot more than the guy that was all world production. And that's why when we talk about the draft, it really isn't a perfect science, because that's the dilemma that you're dealing with every time with these prospects, regardless of position. So that's why I truly just feel like, man, if you feel like, man, this is the linebacker that I just enjoy and I like the most, and everybody's going to have their linebacker that they like. The same way me and TaNeisha will differ on quarterbacks, right? Me and Mark will differ on running backs at time, right? Everybody has their thing. But it's like, man, if that's what you prefer, man, just stick with that, man. Beat the table for that guy. That's the whole Daryl Drake, right? Remember that whole story about him beating the table for Deontay Johnson? You're doing that because somebody is valuing somebody else more than that player. So even at the highest level, they're not all the way agreeing, and they're in the same building. So you have to, if, man, I just like this player better, man, roll with that player. So if it's Rodriguez for you, Rodriguez it up. If it's Sonny Styles for some of y'all, man, Sonny Styles it up, man.
I mean,
you can't go wrong, right? I'm just saying, you really can't go wrong. But I just forgot to drop that name in now, all right? Because I'm like, you saw what he did out there, all right? You saw the speed that he played with. I was like, how do you not say that name? Okay?
If you could create a guy, a linebacker you want, it would be kind of like him. Like, it would just be the prototypical, like, give me that.
He checks a lot of boxes.
I need those boxes checked. The other thing too, I think, I have thoughts about Rodriguez and Lawson. I just looked up Lawson's numbers because I didn't remember them. But I mean, that's a hard one. And that's it really depends on what we're looking for.
Like, to me, man, I still kind of enjoy the boy CJ Allen out of Georgia. I'm like, I like that man. I like him.
Going defense, Georgia, never a terrible thing.
Right. But then even the cat out of Cincinnati, we ended up interviewing him at the combine, Jake Golday. It's like, man, he's another guy that you can see the, man, big, rangy, physical. It's like, you got some options there, but that's why I'm just like, whichever one you prefer. Shout out to Tex. What about Anthony Hill? How we feel about Anthony Hill? You're familiar with Anthony Hill, right? How do you feel about Anthony Hill, right? So these are certain things where I'm just like, yo, we got different ways to go about it, but that's why I'm just like, whatever you prefer right now, because like I said, with Patrick Graham, we're all learning him at the same time right now. And like that's the reality
the fun
of
part,
it.
right? And I think too, that's why I've said, like, this moment, like, we're about to learn a lot about how they're thinking and feeling as soon as free agency starts, honestly, or really as soon as stories start leaking. So it's like, because nobody really knows. We think we know, but
even taking it a step further, like offensively, we're still trying to figure out with McCarthy, right? We know his MO is he's an offensive minded guy. He typically has quarterbacks that excel under his system, and he usually has one bona fide receiver, a tight end in there. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, knowing that, but knowing what we currently have, are you going to try to make this a full 180 in year one, or is it a hybrid in year one where it's still a little bit more ball control and we're still very selective about taking shots versus how it looked in Dallas, where it was, man, they're airing this thing out, man. They're going to be slinging this. They're going to run. It's still balanced, but they're not trying to just control the clock like how we do or how we've done under Coach Tomlin at least the past, 7 to 8 years now. So that's the part where we are trying to figure that out, because that would determine which receivers we're looking at. If I know we're trying to air this thing out, I'm like, yeah, man, we're going to get 2 speedy, big-time receivers early on in this draft because we're not trying to control the clock. If we're trying to be balanced, it might be receiver and DB. It might be receiver and D lineman. Heck, TaNeisha, an underlying thing that none of us have really talked about, and it popped up at the combine, right? Or not the combine. Yeah, it popped up at the combine when Omar Khan was speaking. He was asked about Broderick Jones.
Yeah.
And he said, yes, man, Broderick Jones, he's dealing with this neck injury. It was pretty significant, right? And he was like, yeah, we're hopeful that he should be ready, but we don't know what that timeline looks like right now.
I heard that.
Is anybody worried about that? Like we just saw where was it Calvin Anderson, right? We said, well, we're not bringing him back. So it's like, okay, that was a dude that at one point in time, he got some snaps over there, right? We talked Dylan Cook. We've looked at Andres P, who's also an upcoming free agent. But are we considering the tackle position at any point early in this draft if Broderick is dealing with a significant neck injury?
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, ooh. There's certain things I never want my coaches or GMs to do. And it's the opposite ends of the spectrum. I never want my coach or GM to praise anybody. And I never want my coach or GM to talk about somebody's injury. Because I feel like I feel like when you're talking about somebody, that means that you feel like you have to talk about them verbally. So now I'm kind of concerned. I'm like, why are we talking about this guy? Like, why is he getting this attention? Then the other side of this, I'm like, if we're talking about the injury, that means it's probably, he said serious. It's probably more serious than serious. So, yeah, I remember that. And then I saw that we didn't talk to a lot of offensive linemen. So then I was like, yeah, I don't know what that message is there, but it is concerning because now a part of stability where we're like, we're good, right? We can check that one off. Now we're kind of like, well, can we check that one off? Like, are we okay?
And that's
is that going to be a free agent move too?
Yeah, because when you look at where we've grown to, while we still have certain questions about it, and it really showed the most in the wild card game, right? When we talk about how one of the 2 turnovers that led to touchdowns happened, Rodgers didn't throw 2 pick sixes. One was a pick 6, the other was a strip sack, right? How does the strip sack happen? Protection. So that's the part where we can even point to an immediate incident where we said, yeah, this wasn't good enough. We have to be better here. And if the guy that we're hoping can be the better is going to be compromised, that's the thing that now has me just looking at that position a little bit more, whether it is free agency. Because like you said, man, maybe we feel like we can address that in free agency. But if we don't want to spend like that, or if we're planning on spending a little bit more on that quarterback because of what we've been talking about, right? If Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, then it's like, man, early on in this draft, I think we have to start considering that tackle position as well.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. It's a good call out too, because yeah, I mean, he said it. And I always say all of these coaches do everything very strategically all the time. So I always say, don't listen. If you listen, know what they say, because hello, warning bells, but also pay attention to the things they don't say, the things they don't talk about, the things they don't mention. But yeah, I don't want to hear McCarthy say Will Howard's name anymore either. That also was starting to worry me. I'm like, why do we always feel like he needs this validation? Why do we feel like we need to constantly say his name?
Because I was like, it becomes a lot more overcompensating. You're trying to validate it too much. So like, hey,
every
y'all
time
didn't have to do this when it was proven. It's like, you don't go around telling me how great DK is, right? Y'all don't go around telling me that. Y'all don't go around telling me how great Jalen Ward is. Like, yo, I don't hear y'all tell me how great Jalen Ramsey is. Like, all right.
And I've been, and you know me, I've been listening. I'm like, are they going to say anything about TJ? Like, because again, you don't
hear nothing. You
don't want your name. Like, that's not, so like, why do we keep having to validate Will Howard? Like, stop saying his name. We got it. Like, so anyways, so that is actually too concerning me, because I'm like, if I hear this man's name one more time in an interview, in a press conference, in an off kilter comment, why do we feel the need to say that?
Yep.
Anyway,
be careful when they start love bombing you people. Y'all know the drill. All right. We got another super that popped up for the homie Mr. Mike Hood. Shout out to you, baby. We do appreciate you showing love today. He says, salute Mr. Moats and Dr. T. I would trade up for Caleb Downs. Ooh, all right. He's a generational talent. His tape, don't lie, could be a Troy-like pick. I know that's a lot, but he's crazy talented. Shout out the GOATs. Shout out to you as well, Mike Hood. And man, Caleb Downs would be a very, very nice pick, man. I thought his credit was down a little bit though, because he won't no blazer. You know, when you look at all them other Blazers, he won't blazer. So I just thought that his credit was down just a little bit, but I think
did you see that other report now where they're leaking where his ACL or whatever? I'm telling you, you can always tell who had a good combine and who was wanting who. That you start to see the stories like here in a few days, so and so might have a shoulder injury here in a few days. Just might.
That's how I feel at times with some of the negative reports that I get with these receivers. I'm like, all right, the more y'all keep Makai Lemon in me, the more I'm starting to be like, you know what?
Give them to me.
I want him.
Makai Lemon, you are now a Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah.
I'm like, Makai continues to grow on me because I keep continuing to see these reports. And then it's like, oh, they doubling down on it. Yeah, he really was in an interview. I'm like, all that sound real good, man. I was teammates with Antonio Brown for 4 seasons and L. Bell for 4 seasons, man. It sound real good. I had Big Ben and Debo while Joey Porter was in this building for 4 years. All right. And I was part of a national anthem controversy. Wow, we talk, man, that does not scare me at the least, but his interview. Heck, some people said Shador Sanders' interview terrible. You see how that turned out, right? Remember, that was the report. Oh, it's just they can't interview, right? Can't interview. It's a lot of things that people say.
That's
reasons why they can't interview. I'm sorry, I'm saying, man. That just don't scare me though, baby. That don't scare me at all.
That's what I always say. It's not like you watch the combine and then you got to wait to see what people start leaking. And then Concepcion has to come out and be like, I actually have a disorder. Like, but in what world do people have to come out and be like, anyways, but again, it's like that's the best part about this. It's not always what you can see, it's what you start to hear, and you can kind of see the way people will start to move. You can kind of wait till these pro days to see who's going to work out again and who's not going to work out again, and who's going
that's the key.
Who's going to what workouts and who, like, this is all. But this is what I love. It's all a song and dance, and it's all public. You don't get that in college football. Everything in college football happens in the dark. In the NFL, it's like, exactly who is that. We're going to know who's going to go to these pro days and who's attending. So, I can't wait to see who experienced shoulder.
It's always something. It's always something. Yeah.
Who's calf injury, like
they hit you with this. He has one of them degenerative things in his knee. You be like, yep, there, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, buddy. All right. He got that arthritis, man. I don't trust this one, man. I was like, okay, all right. You remember Darnell Washington? His knee's bad. His knee's real bad. Oh my God. Like he might not even be able to walk after like 6 games.
Remember Caleb Williams' throwing arm wasn't as strong. It wasn't as strong as you think it is. Like, no, it's pretty strong.
I seen that dude throw that thing 70 yards in the air in windy Chicago in December on a rope.
I'm sorry. Like, what? His arm?
I think he's strong enough. But you compare it to the Terminator? Like, who compared it to? Man, we're like, God, dog. Yeah.
They say anything. Remember they said Abdul Carter. They were like, there's no way. I'm like, that's a lie. So I'm just waiting for
you ready for this though, TaNeisha? I'm still over here wondering, are there any regrets for the 8 teams that allowed on Jalen Carter?
You big dummy.
Whoops. Whoops. My man. That's what they say that. I can say that out loud.
The Eagles were like, that worked perfectly. Story.
Said,
we're going to get him.
Oh, got him. Hey, you don't want to take this guy, right? You don't want this guy right here. Definitely don't want this guy. Okay, don't you worry about it. But you don't want this guy. All right.
Seriously, got him. Yeah. But the same with Will Anderson. Will Anderson was pristine, perfect. Man. Everybody loved him, and then they were like, well, there's a couple of rumblings in the locker room. No, there's not. Stop it. And the Houston Texans were like, all right, we'll take him then. No worries. We got him. Like, it's insane. The way that they do these guys, it's insane.
It's like they get too much time on their hands, man. They start overthinking it.
I think it's part of the business. And then because then they get drafted and like 3 years later, you're like, wait, they said what? I'll never forget when they said They didn't say his arm was dead, but they were kind of like, Caleb Williams is going to struggle in the NFL because, you know, the power of the arm or something. I was just like, did you guys just like make this up? Literally make this up?
TaNeisha, I still laugh when they talk about Tyrann Mathieu. I'm like, man, you would have thought Tyrann Mathieu was like a shooter walking around with guns and drugs and killing. I'm like, bro.
That's a good one.
Have you actually ever talked to Tyrann Mathieu? Have you ever just met Mathieu before? Like just met him and talked to him?
Yeah. It's like there's some guys who are like,
wow, man.
Okay, he might be a part of what you're saying he's a part of. And then there's other guys who are like, ain't no way, bro. There ain't no way.
Yes,
they do the same thing when guys are about to hit the market for like free agency.
You know it, man.
Like all of a sudden, so-and-so, you're like, we haven't heard anything about him his entire career. Now he like, come on, guys.
You
like,
see it? Hey, shout out to Rod. I forgot Peyton Wilson and his knee issues. Just right. He was another one.
Did he like game for us this year? Like, like it's crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, that's why I always say pay attention to who is in the news from now until their pro day, and pay attention to what they're saying, what all of a sudden is coming up all of a sudden now. Yeah, just pay attention. So even I will say though, I love how now Carnell Tate, they're like, yeah, well, other people clocked him going da-da-da. I'm like, uh-oh. See, and that I think they're worried because I think they think his draft stock is going to fall. And so I think that they're trying to beat those stories and be like, no, other people clocked it. No, 4-4, you know, da-da-da. Because I'm like, why else would you come out so strong, so definitively? Like, let his film speak. Like, don't be so loud. The loudness always.
Well, shoot, the loudness. And the other thing that we always say, and this is why a lot of dudes, you know, they get a little tight and they don't want to run at the combine. That laser don't lie to you. That hand time, man. Sometimes you get a generous slow thumb.
Yeah.
Or it's quick. Oh. You're like, hey, bro. You sure he crossed that line? Yeah, man. Just quick thumbs. Just you know what I mean? Or at the start, he was hey, bro, hold on. Tap that thing when he take off, hit it, you know? Whereas the laser is first movement and it's going off of your hip when it crosses that line. So you can't cheat it. If you fast, you fast, right? And that's why you do see dudes not overly eager, but a lot of dudes, man, they know that the pro day is the get right. You know, at the pro day, man, you got a chance to lay down something fast if you need to. And yeah, just like I said,
if Carnell Tate don't be surprised. If he thinks he's fast, he'll be running at pro day. If he doesn't think he's fast, he will not run at pro day. It is so simple.
It is that simple, man. He'll come back with that. When they say 4.45, 4.48, yeah, he'll be happy. He'll be good.
Yep.
But
but if he knows that was his fastest time, he stayed on it. You got what you got.
You see it.
And I still would take him. Let me just make sure I can.
You already heard what I said out the gate. Yeah, man, I'll probably go ahead. I'll move up to go get that because, maybe he'll fall a little bit for us. All right, but I'm still got just a little bit. But absolutely. All right, and we also got the homie T Ren, man, showing some love also on the front end of this thing, man, with a super shout out to you, man. We do appreciate you. He says send pick 52 to Jacksonville for Brian Thomas Jr. Had heard some rumblings, and he says and grab Denzel Boston, okay, with the first, and send Alex Highsmith back home to beautiful Carolina for a second or third. You're feeling it. Well, I mean, I'm feeling a lot of it. I just don't like the fact that it's my dog, Alex Highsmith. It does hurt, but Carolina is a beautiful place, and he is from Carolina, so I do dig that, but it just hurts me when it's my dog. That's all.
Why do we always want to get rid of Highsmith?
Yeah, that hurts me. It hurts me.
Guys,
I'm like, that's my guy. I like Highsmith. That's my man.
Well, and like,
dude.
Are we
he ball player, man.
Do we watch the games? Like, are we watching him? I mean, we really just want to send him away for a second or a third. Like, he gets to after games, coaches and players come up to him and say, "Ooh, we really had to key in on you this week." They're not lying. Like players after a game don't come up and just to make your ego get big. Like coaches are telling him. Like even the Houston coach, He was like,
Mm-hmm.
we really had to do a lot of film study on you this week. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
Why do we as Steelers Nation want to trade that?
Yeah. It's too valuable to us,
This
but
year.
it's not TJ Watt to us. So yeah, man, flip it for the asset. And it's like, yo, man, this chasing is always chasing the next thing. But
No.
to me, man, when I look at this, I'm with you. I always side proven production versus chasing the next mystery. And that's what the draft is to me, a lot of mystery pieces. But the Brian Thomas Jr. element, I think, is unique, man, because he is extremely talented, was productive, but obviously a little bit up and down.
Yeah.
Bringing with Mike McCarthy, man, maybe you feel a lot better about that because of McCarthy's history, right? Seeing how he's worked with multiple body types, multiple places, and has had success with multiple receivers. So to me, I do like that. The Denzel Boston element is interesting, though, because
very interesting.
I like Denzel, but at the same time, some people feel like he's a DK clone with, the separation issues right now. And at least with DK, we know, yeah, man, you got some catching question marks as well. It's like, do you basically do another version of that? And I just didn't know how you felt about Denzel Boston, but it's like, I don't mind the two big body dudes, like you say, just bullying them, right? But this also goes back to the mindset of, is McCarthy trying to ball control you, beat you up, take big shots down the grass with the jump ball guys, or does he want that speedier guy that can create separation, man? The guy that we can have, if we're saying, man, DK is DK, who is our Robert Woods, who is our Tyler Lockett, who is the alternate, the yin to that yang, Denzel Boston, does he really give us that?
Yeah. It's interesting too, because interesting. I don't know if I get when a guy has a year that's not ideal, you think, oh, he's going to bounce back. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't believe that to always be true. So there's also, I think sometimes in sports, what happens is sometimes you reach your ceiling, and sometimes what we saw you do, that was amazing, but sometimes you can't ever get back there. I'm not saying he can't. So for me, sometimes when I'm evaluating this, I'm like, just if I've only seen you flash one time in one season, that kind of concerns me a little bit, because I don't know, like, and maybe this year he's going to come back. The offense, he's locked in. Maybe he was dealing with things we don't know about. He was injured. If all that's true, okay, that's a different story. But I just think sometimes when players come off of years where it's kind of like, because I watched Jacksonville, like, what happened? Like, I'm just confused.
So funny. So I look at it differently, right? I say the two things that popped up. The injury part was real. He was dealing with stuff throughout the season. But the other thing is this. It was a new regime change. Liam Cohen,
maybe
remember,
it doesn't fit him anymore.
So not just does it fit him anymore, when we talk about new regimes, everybody's going to have like their style of what they're comfortable doing, right? And how they want to implement it. But for the players, we also have to be able to adapt to that. And we talk about the blending and the meshing of, man, these are the concepts. These are how I like to use these body types. Does that always fit with who I currently have here? And
fair.
I look at that part and I say, yeah, could Brian Thomas play better? Yes. But at the same time, could he also have been going through the growing pains of learning a new offense? And that part, after being in new defenses multiple years, is like, yeah, I know how much I grew when I got to Pittsburgh, and I was able to literally, after year one, say, wow, I don't have to learn a whole new language again. I can actually like grow on this foundation. And for me, I grew so much more because of that. So when I look at, a young player like Brian Thomas Jr., who was, very productive, it's like, man, I look at that and I say, okay, what could that look like if he's able to have some continuity? If he's able to have a place where, man, we're not trying to figure out, Trevor Lawrence, do I need to build you up this year? Because Trevor coming into this season was not necessarily having the most, confidence and credit surrounding his game. I look at what their running back situation was, and it's like, man, y'all have multiple things that y'all were trying to get accomplished while dealing with a new coach, implement a new regime, and you guys had a lot of success also. So that's the thing that makes me not necessarily pumping the brakes on Brian Thomas. It's the reason why I give it a little bit more grace because of that part. But I like the comment though.
You know what? That's valid. And yeah, I think that's valid. And I'll also just say this. if the Steelers want him, you know what? I'm on
Oh
board.
yeah.
Because, like,
The beautiful part is he should be cheaper.
And I do like that we've seen I was just gonna so now like the business side. Now I'm like, he'll be cheaper. I trust him over the rookies because that's the other part of this. So that leaves that element. So that makes me feel better. I just looked him up and he's 6'2". So I'm like, I just want to make sure.
Run.
I just wanted to make sure that I couldn't remember how tall he was. So that helps. Is he
and what college did he go to? What college did he go to?
Did he go to LSU?
Yes.
Is he a crash out?
Yes. Not full, but he got some in him. But I feel like
okay, I like that.
You need a little bit of that. Yeah.
Give me a little I don't mind if you get into like a little, little extra pushing,
he's not full on crash out, but he got some of it. But
I need you to be a little crash out ish, not full blown going to the stands pulling somebody's hair. But I do need you to be full. I need you to have a little bit of that crash out, and to play in the AFC North, you have to.
So thinking Brian Thomas Jr., man, he's with Jaden Daniels. He was also with the Kyron Lacey element, right? Like that was their whole connection, man. All them dudes and stuff like that. So when I look at Brian Thomas, I'm like, dude, I know you're nice. I've already seen you produce at this level. So it's not a question of if you can, it's a question of how do I get you back and how quickly can I get you back to that level? And when I think of Mike McCarthy, it's just like, man, I know what it feels like to go from somebody that is learning it or trying to prove that they know this versus a guy that already has a method, is already confident, has already had to deal with, man, when my receiver that we have a lot invested in that we think is really talented is kind of struggling a little bit. Man, I've worked with this before when I was in Green Bay. I did a couple of these before. Man, I had a situation in Dallas before where, I had to deal with this and I had to, make some adjustments. And I'm a Liam Cohen guy. Like I said, man, we got a little history personally. So I like Liam. But it's like, man, maybe for Liam, that's not necessarily where his priority is right now in the sense of getting Brian Thomas back on. Maybe when we look at the Jacoby Myers trade that they made in season, maybe that was them saying, hey, we're moving on from you. And he's the guy that's coming in and producing. And we saw them have a lot of success. So you said, man, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, though.
You've convinced me. Okay. That I can see that side.
No, because I like him, man.
No, I think it's important to hear a different perspective. I also think that it's important to think of it in a different way because it always, but you're right. They did get a new coach and it just sometimes makes me a little nervous with some of these players, but I mean, you make a good point. I mean, it is new. It is different. They did then go mid-season and go get a guy, and that guy was the guy. Like he played a lot, and I think he changed the way that their offense was running a little bit, and that opened up things for Trevor Lawrence.
And at the first half of the season, who was also the talk? Whenever offensively we're trying to see could they use Travis Hunter? When are they going to use Travis Hunter? Can they scheme us up for Travis Hunter? We figure, like it's a lot of variables that went into it. So that's all. When I look at Brian Thomas, I'm like, how much of the plays or the role of the impact of all of this stuff? Yeah, I just don't think that it's
back.
Right. Yeah. And we also know that was somebody that they were trying to utilize. Man, offense, we're going to pick certain situations where we're going to try to get you this football. And it makes sense because of Travis Hunter, right? You drafted him, you drafted him for a reason. But at the same time, what does those handful of plays, those handful of targets that maybe, man, Brian last year, this worked for him. But this year, man, we're not going to give him that. We're going to give this to Travis right here. Those little things, man. So, like I said, not making excuses, just trying to give context on it.
No, the context is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so, I think it's fair. Listen, you were a Steelers legend for a reason.
Oh, don't you do me like that. Don't you do me like
that.
The
reason why I agreed to do this show is so that I could hear all of these amazing takes and have my brain teased so that you can be like, let me tell you about this. You got in your like professional voice and you were like, no, I don't see it that way. Let me tell you why. I'm like, anytime you get that like that voice where you're like, well, let me explain to you. I'm like, oh, let me clue in. What are we doing? This chat is saying a lot of interesting things.
cool. That's just
Yeah, I love that.
Shout out to technology, man. Shout out to technology.
Shout out to technology.
Shout out to technology. I'm so glad you told me I do this. Oh, I'm so glad you told me I do this.
It's
this
cool.
is a wrap.
It's so cool. And it's even better because like I can still say what I want to say and I can say it longer.
Yeah. It's just like, you know what?
I love it. I love it. And and did it take you less than 10 seconds?
Low key it did. And that was the part where I was like, she was true to her word. All right. She was very true to her word. It was actually surprisingly, it was one of those moments where after you showed me and then I actually did it, I just laughed to myself like, bro, you really stressed about this, man. Like, of all the things stressed about, that was you stressed about?
Yeah. Because you're like, somebody shows you and you're like, there's no way it's going to be that simple when I do it. Like on my own without that person.
Something always going to pop. It's how, TaNeisha, you're in the content creator space. You've done this like I've done it like millions of others. You watch a video on YouTube on how to do it. They explain it in 5 minutes of this video, yet it takes you 2 hours and you're still like, bro, it's not working.
And it still doesn't look the same.
Okay, like, but I literally just watched this video. But TaNeisha, I just watched the video. The video was 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Okay. And they showed me how to set it up, how to download it, how to implement it, and how to make all the little cool graphics with the sounds in the background. I'm like, yep. Okay, we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna just stay right here.
There's a thumbnail that I'm working on like that, where it's like the video to do it. I think it's like 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Mine doesn't look like theirs. Yeah. So one day I'll have this cool looking thumbnail and I will be like, I did it.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks and that 3-minute video, I'm like, oh God, how do y'all do this?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Shout out to the smart people out there. All right, man. Shout out to you.
Shout out to them.
All right. We also got the homie T Ren, man, spinning the block again, man. Shout out to you, T Ren, as well, man. Showing love today, man. He says, because the Steelers won't trade the obvious, and that is TJ. Because we see his numbers going down by the year, I want to keep Alex. He sets the edge the best. Okay.
Very interesting.
This is, hey, man. Ooh.
Very interesting thought.
All right. Okay. Just lead it up there for did you have any content?
Yeah. You know, that's a very interesting thought. I'm just wondering if TJ's name is going to enter anybody's mouth. So it's a great thought though. And I you know what? And I understand. And you know what? I'm not going to sit up here and argue it. I think it's a good point. And
then look, we will see what the offseason presents. Obviously, like I said, we haven't had any official moves or any official news one way or the other. But we do know, man, free agency does officially open up on the 11th of March, man. So that's a little bit over a week from now, man. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time, man. I always enjoy this time of year though, man, just to see, like I said, man, how the roster is being created and just overall, man, how we doing, right? Because we know for us specifically, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, we've had a unique offseason, man. It's our first time in a while where,
for some of us ever.
Coach. Oh, you're right. Because
some people have never. Yeah. Some people keep saying stuff, and I'm like, "Do you know who your coach is?" And they're like, "Oh, right."
Yeah. And then look, when was the last time you went through this before, guys? When was the last time y'all did this? And you're like, yeah, actually, I haven't done this, right? Okay. Yeah. So with this offseason, though, man, where we currently are, I did want to just kind of, take a pause for the cause and do a little bit of a check-in. Like we take, like, when you taking the whip, because I know you be out there driving them foreigns and them exotics with your PhD. I know how you get down, TaNeisha, all right? And I know you down there in Texas, so I know you got them, you riding on blades, so you got them big boy rims on your thing. All right. I get you. I know. But every once in a while, you want to still take it down there to the shop, make sure, and get the oil checked out, tire pressure, all that good stuff. So figure let's do a quick check-in on where we are off-season wise, man. So we've hired the new coach, right? Mike McCarthy. We have the new staff, right? Brian Angelillo, offensive coordinator, probably butchered the name. My apologies. Patrick Graham, obviously the defensive coordinator, and Danny Crossman, my former special teams coach, as the special teams coordinator here in Pittsburgh now, right? So we've seen that. We've also had new information, right? And that is combine, and not just combine, but combine interviews, right? We know they specifically had a lot of conversations with wide receivers, right? We said that was the most that they talked to out of any other position. Then from there, we said, man, DBs, they talked to a lot of them. And then quarterbacks also they talked to. Even to the point that some of us were like, yo, man, how do we feel about that, right? It kind of felt weird. But as a whole, we would all agree that, man, quarterback, wide receiver, DB, these are things that we're considering, right? I think if we looked at that list and it said, man, they're only talking to D tackles and interior offensive linemen, we would question what's the direction that this team is going in, what's the thought process. So with all that information, I just kind of wanted to get your feelings on where we currently are right now with Combine now being over, another milestone this offseason. How are we feeling about this team in terms of the progress?
Yeah, so I feel like we have a lot of options, which makes me feel good. The draft picks makes me feel really good also, because I feel like not only do we have options, we have some capital, we have some cap space, like we have a lot of options at our disposal. I am just looking forward to seeing how they want to use it. That is what's going to be interesting, because we keep talking about like what's going to leak, who's going to talk about what. I can't wait to see. Historically, we don't usually hear anything about the Steelers. We just don't. And then last year they started trading, like they got DK, and then we all kind of like, wait, what? And then they just started doing things, and we were like, wait, what? Like, who is this team? Like, I don't even know these people anymore. And I'm curious to know, was that last year, or is that the new norm? Is that what we're going to be doing? The other thing I'm paying close attention to too is the contract length. Is like when we get to free agency, is it going to be a 2 years? Are we doing 3 years? Are we doing a lot of 1 year deals? So it's weird, because what I used to always know to be true, I don't know that to be true anymore. I don't even know what the defense is going to look like. I don't even know what we want our offense to look like. Do we like the type of running backs that we have? Like, there's so many questions. I just don't know. And I think the one person we haven't really talked about a lot, because he's going to be in free agency, is Gainwell. And I think what happens to Gainwell in a lot of ways is going to let me know what we really are thinking about this offense, because I want him to be back. Also, he's probably going to garner a lot of attention, and depending on the money situation, I mean, the guy has to deal with 5 bathrooms in the locker room, 10 showers. So he might.
We're going to include him with the Aaron Rodgers pitch. Since Rodgers got the special, we letting Rodgers know about the special bathrooms. Do we let Kitty G know the secret as well? We just keep it that for Rodgers, me, and Debo. I just ask it. All right.
I don't know why that just came to my head.
You gotta be in the building for like 2 years to kind of like know some of the tricks of the trade. All right,
that just came out.
He's 1 year in. Yeah. He was 1 year into the system. Okay, 1 year into the gulag. All right. Every once in a while, though, once you get to year 2, you start to okay, that's the secret. By year 4, remember I was there 4 years, so I know a lot of the hot spots. All right, Debo, he was there for like 40 years, so he knows like every little nook and cranny. All right. But I can help you out, Kitty G. I can tell you some of this, bro. That second floor, no, not that one. The other,
that's what I'm saying.
The other one. It's the other one too. All right, yeah. You got to know where you're at.
You know, like I don't really know, and so I think what happens with Gainwell also
surviving the bathrooms is surviving the Steelers bathroom. Let's go. You ever see 95?
Yeah. So so there's so many moving parts, but it's so unfamiliar. This is unfamiliar. This is usually what I look at when I'm looking at other teams, and I'm like, what are they going to do? It's my team, and I have no clue. I don't have a clue. I don't know. I mean, this could go 97 different ways, or the 98th way that I never even thought about, that never even triggered to me. And you know what? Shout out to the comment section. And somebody wrote, and we need a punter.
Hey, shout out to a punter, man. But I can't let y'all do that punter talk because my homie Coilers Waitman, and I ain't going for that. Shout out to my dog. He even jumped on the show with us too, man. But
I just love the random comment, like punter. I'm like, what?
Say, yo, we want a punter in the first round. I see the comment, we want a punter in the first round. I say, yo, you're sick. I love it.
I love it.
Okay.
That would be like taking a long snapper, like in the first with a 21st.
What do you have against Christian Kuntz, huh? What you have against Christian Kuntz? Christian Kuntz could be a first-round draft pick. Come on, man. I'm taking Kuntz first overall next time. That's my youth football camp brother right there. All right, shout out to the homie, man. I see you in a couple of months. You know what we're gonna be on. Sunscreen and big boy hats. You know the deal.
Right. Yeah. So anyways, so I'm in a position of we have a lot of options. We have money to spend. We have draft capital to spend, and we have a new coach. We don't know his style. I like it. It's scary as hell, but I like it because it's like, okay, this is unfamiliar, and I feel like I'm more tuned in. Usually I don't read all like the little leak stories, the little so-and-so, da-da-da. Lately I'm like, well, what is, okay. Who are we talking about? Like, I just want to see the names. Like, it's like I'm doing like investigative research. Like I've become a sleuth. Anyways, but that's kind of how I feel. What about you? How are you feeling? Where are you at?
Man, so for me, man, I'm sorry. I'm a mature adult. I'm just not really mature. So I just keep leaking. All right. It's been a leaky show and I don't want to keep leaking. All right. Because I know you get real leaky.
Would you prefer leaky or loose?
I'm sorry. I'm trying. All right. Y'all know I'm the immature one of the group. I don't have the PhD, guys. All right. Y'all know she got the PhD. All right. That's why we even created the ticker. But when she keep leaking everywhere, I'm just like, yo, I'm leaking, she leaking, he leaking, they leaking. I'm like, yo, it's a lot of leakage. All right. It's just trying to duck. I don't want to get hit with anything that's leaking. All right. So shout out to everybody that is leaking out there. All right. If you leak it, yeah, do what you need to do. Okay. Do what you need to do. Fix it. Yes, but since our offense was a little bit leaky, and as you are bringing up a name this upcoming free agency, you brought up Kenny G, Kenneth Gainwell, and you said, man, what we do with him free agency is going to tell me a lot. I want to take it a step further. What we do with him and Calvin Austin tells me a lot this offense, because those are two dudes that we lean on. Those are two dudes, Calvin more so the past 3 years, Kenny G this year, were staples, man. And when I think of Calvin, not just as a receiver, we also said as a return man. If neither one of them are back, those are two very productive, but also guys that played a ton of snaps for us offensively that you're going to have to replace. And as we currently look at the roster, we don't have another Kenny G type, right? We said we know Jalen Warren, but even Jalen is still different than Kenny G. Calvin Austin, we don't have another receiver like that. The closest that we would throw out there would say Roman Wilson, but there's still legitimate questions just about, man, how quickly he's going to be able to develop and get up to speed to live up to what we had expectations for when we drafted him. So Calvin and Kenny G are important. So that's why you keep hearing me say, man, if Calvin isn't here, I think you have to go Mekhi Lemon or Casey Concepcion or something earlier that fits that slot mold that could give you production there and in the return game because of Calvin Austin. If you're throwing Kenny G in that conversation as well, that's another major piece that for Aaron Rodgers, the season that he had, as confident as we felt for Aaron Rodgers, we would all agree, 25% of that production was through Kenny G offensively, though.
Fair.
Whether it was him as a receiver or as a running back. So to remove that production and not replace it adequately and have Aaron Rodgers come back in the perfect hypothetical while also being another year older, that to me potentially sends us trending in the wrong direction. I think that we'll be going in a way where it's going to be putting even more pressure on Aaron Rodgers to elevate. Whereas last year, what we said was he kind of surprised us. We didn't think that he was going to be able to play as well as he did for as long as he did. I don't want to now take that and magnify that or amplify that by removing one of the most productive pieces that he had last season, team MVP, and one of our most productive wide receivers, not named DK Metcalf, and Calvin Austin. So that's the areas that I'm looking at. So I do like where we are focused, at least with the combine meetings. But I'm glad you brought up Kenny G, because I've been overlooked. Like the way that you talk about Aaron Rodgers is coming back, in my mind, that's Kenny G. I'm like, oh, Kenny G.
Okay. Okay, so they're both coming back. Oh, okay. Say less.
Kenny G. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Cool.
There we go.
That's all you have to say.
The atmosphere. Speak to the atmosphere.
I just say.
All right, speak to the atmosphere. I'm with you. Look. You ready? I'll take it a step further. I told you I was listening to Wiz Khalifa's new album, Girls Love Horses. All right. He was talking about being all positive. Hey, girls love horses. That's what he said. And I'm going to say, girls love horses. That's what he said. That's literally the name of Wiz Khalifa's new album. He is a Steeler diehard. He is a 412 Pittsburgh guy. And he said, girls love horses. So, because girls love horses, we're just also going to agree with a lot that he said on the album about being positive and speaking into existence. Like, yo, you ain't got to be negative. It was speaking into existence. All right. So I'm with you, TaNeisha. Rogers coming back. Kenny G coming back. All right. And we're going to hit on all our draft picks. Why? Because girls love horses. And Wiz Khalifa told us that. All right. So that's what we on today.
Yeah.
Here you are.
And size matters.
Boom. And don't be leaky unless you want to be. All right.
Or loose. Leaky or
unless
loose.
you want to be. Yeah. But pick a side, either O or D. All right. Just know which one you like. There you have it. All right.
Well, I'm focusing on the O at this time because they better get it together. Like we need, because we need some of those guys to hang around for a little while. So yeah, that's how I felt. Ooh.
Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, we actually
I sounded
order
like
of operation. What? Girls love horses. You know girls love horses. All right. That's what he said. Wiz said it. So it's gospel right now. All right. But before we get to the real horse in here, all right, we're gonna talk about my man T Ren first. All right, T Ren says, I wasn't trying to be messy with the super chat, by the way. LOL. And he's referring to the Alex Highsmith trade proposition. No, we weren't looking at that with the TJ or Alex Highsmith that he had brought up. And I would agree. It's not being messy. I think it is context. I think
it's football.
Yeah, I mean, it's off season too. This is the other part of it. It's like,
right, like we're not week 7.
Yeah, in season, I get it, man. We want to keep it together, man. Buttoned up, man. One band, one sound. But this part of the season, of the football season, this is self-evaluation. This is roster building. So when you're talking about philosophies, what do you change? This is the time when you're making those adjustments, and you have to be critical. You have to look into, man, what were the performances? Okay, what were the performances based on expectations, based on costs, right? Man, how do we feel about this versus what we currently have in-house? How do we feel about this versus what we currently have available via free agency? How about this versus potential draft picks? And now we're all doing this, but you can't do that without saying these names. You can't do that without bringing up DK, without bringing up TJ, without bringing up Rogers, Will Howard, Mason. And that's the part where I know as a former player, man, I've been on that other side where, yeah, you do hear the names. And at times you could be offended by it. It is what it is because, yeah, you're in that mode. You're more sensitive to it. But in this space, this is part of the job. This is part of what you have to do. You have to talk about it. So we always try to operate with a little bit of, respect and not be overly heavy-handed, at least when we're talking about it. But we know that everybody follows that approach. But that's kind of how we try to do it. But yeah, man, no disrespect, man. When you talk about the guys, no, it was never that. I like it, man. That's a shout out to T-Man, man. Yes.
Yeah, and like it's an opinion. I feel like everybody's up for evaluation. It's a new coach. It's a new regime. Yeah. Everybody, nobody last year, but well, Cam Hayward. Besides Cam
Kenny
Hayward.
G. We throw Kenny in there. Yeah.
Kenny G.
I go JPJ. I throw JPJ.
Ooh, okay. I'll give you J. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just say 5 guys. Let's just say 5. Throw in whichever 5 you feel the most, whatever. There's about 5 guys last year, 5 starters that you could say, yes, we're not even going to talk about them. Like we're just gonna they're good. And then the rest of everybody got to talk about them. And so you just do. So if you get hurt, if your production fell off, if you missed games, if you dropped passes, and that's not a knock on DK. I'm just saying, if certain things happened last year where you have to look at them, but then you go look at contracts. Now, because of contracts, are certain guys you just won't talk about because you're like, well, he probably ain't going anywhere. So everybody should be talked about. I don't think it's bad that we talk about people. Also, I mean, I have a video coming out on Friday, so I don't hold back on that either. So
you see the tease. You see the
talk
tease.
about
Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all tap in.
You gotta talk about everyone. So that's what this is about. This is the offseason. Talk about it.
There it is. Hey, and shout out to the homie AJ Martinez for being a rock star, right? Because he's enjoying how we talk about it. He's enjoying what we do over here. So he's gifting an upper room membership, paying it forward, being an absolute rock star life. So of course we do appreciate you, AJ. And to the individual that was gifted it, welcome to the upper room.
Yes, showing all that leg. Absolutely.
I just want to say this one thing, okay? Because not all that leg. Let's just throw that out there, okay?
Give
It's not
us
all that leg.
thigh. Give us that big old thigh.
But did you peep something though? And I didn't even realize this was actually accidental. We double tie-dye though. You see my tie-dye over here? I might like tie-dye when I gotta put color on, guys. All right. I was like, yo, is that tie-dye? And I ain't even do that on purpose, guys. But awesome. Shout out to tie-dye. And I'm glad they're different tie-dyes too. I was like, that would be kind of bad if I had the same tie-dye.
I don't own anything tie-dye. They don't usually make like they do the way
I don't feel like it's like for the ladies, like, yeah, this is
I would love like a sexy tie-dye shirt or something.
Yeah, tie-dye is like the opposite of sexy. It's like it's like wow, boy. It's like he's in tie-dye, bro. Let him low. He's living. Yeah.
Also, Rod, I see your comments. I just am going to acknowledge it. Where we're not putting anything on the screen. Nope, we're not going to do that. But I see them. I saw it. So just so you're aware. I saw your
all right. So we did have another super that did pop up, man, and then after that, did want to get a quick I think you have some questions on the back end of this thing too that we wanted to pop off with. So yes, so Kenneth Moses, he says Kenny G or Kenneth Walker. For me, I'm gonna go Kenny G. I think he's a little bit cheaper and more versatile, even though I do love the explosive demeanor that Kenneth Walker runs with. I do favor Kenneth Walker's pure running style, but Kenny G, I think in terms of this offense or whatever this offense could potentially look like, I think he brings a lot more value than Kenneth Walker right now, especially with Jaylen Warren being here too.
Same, yeah. I like Gainwell. I mean, he was my MVP before they voted MVP. I like him. I like what he brings to the table, and I like watching him work with Aaron Rodgers. That was a treat. And that's why because those two guys are going to come back, it's going to be really cool. It is.
I hear you speaking it.
Year two of doing what they do. So that is what is going to happen. So I just want to ask you, Steelers legend. So we're coming up at the end of the show here. Everybody knows, your story, your journey, how amazing you are, all of those things.
Not However, all that, but
it is now March. And so from your experience, when you were getting ready for the draft, because that's the ultimate lead up, right?
Yeah.
Did you participate in your pro day? How are you feeling after the combine was over? Like, what is this time like for players where it's like, all right, the big thing, huge thing is done. Check.
Yeah.
What does it feel like moving into the next month?
So this is the fun part, man. I did enjoy all of it, right? And I remember when the combine was over, it was actually right around my birthday too, man. So I was like, yo, man, I'm feeling like electric right now. I was just getting a year older. And I knew that I was going to do something at the pro day because my situation was unique. I wasn't planning to work out or do anything initially when I got my combine invite, because I was the dude that said, man, if this is the grand stage where every coach, GM, scout is going to be here, all of the best players are going to be here as well. Well, if I'm a top 10 performer in multiple events, which I was, that showed my speed, my athleticism, my jumping ability, while I also showed in the field work drills that I could play stand-up linebacker, I could catch the football, I could change direction, I was great coming out of that. I felt nice. I felt so good. I even had like some new Nike shoes that I got from talking with the Nike reps out there. I was like on cloud 9. So I didn't plan to do anything at the pro day, but the communication was this. Man, my position coach said, yo, if you don't tell these teams you're going to participate at the pro day, they're not going to show up. And if they don't show up, all of your homies that you want to get to the league too, they're not going to get looked at. So what we did was we told them, yeah, man, show up and work out. I was like, man, you could take me through D-line drills, you could take me through linebacker drills. I'm not doing any testing because I'm standing on all my numbers from the combine, but I will do any workout that y'all want. And that was ultimately what we did. So I didn't do any testing. The one thing I still technically had to run was the 60-yard like long shuttle. And that was why I laughed, because I was like, I felt like I was doing a suicide, and I really didn't care, because I'm like, if it was that serious, y'all would have brought it up to me at the combine. I'm like, yeah, man. So the drill work was fun though, man. I remember like even with that, it was it felt cool because like the way that I looked at Tim Tebow at the combine was how I felt at my pro day, right? When Tebow showed up at the combine, it was like, oh, all the cameras, everybody's walking around. When he moves, like, whoa. So at my pro day, it's like, man, all of my teammates, guys from other schools that were coming to work out, all of the scouts, coaches, it's like, yeah, they're here to talk to me, like all the media people. And I remember having like cool pictures that like my different family and friends that were up for the event took pictures of me. And it's like, man, it's still cool in that moment. I remember wearing my like new combine, like Nike platinum cleats.
Oh, that's so cool.
From there. And it was like, but it was surreal also because I remember when I first got to JMU and going to a pro day, watching the older guys run and watching, you know, what I thought was like a lot of people and scouts. And then when I had my chance to go and I was like, wow, dude, like you're really like, you had a moment here, man. So like that was my pro day experience. It was super cool, but largely due to me getting the combine invite, I didn't have any pressure when I went to the pro day. It was literally just, man, I'm doing field workouts like it was any other workout, except I'm gonna have my nice stuff on. I'm gonna have earrings in because obviously, you know, y'all here. So we're gonna look the part. But yeah, that was my pro day experience, man. And for some of these dudes, that's how you want it to be. I remember Joe Hayden on the flip side, right? Because Joe, we was obviously in the same class. He ran slower at the combine. I remember he ran a 4.5 and people was like, whoa, this is Joe Hayden. What is he doing running this slow? And I remember even being there like, dude, that's a slow time, right? Because I told you what I read. I'm like, I was pissed that my legs was 4.66 because I'm like, hey, bro, I'm a 4.5 dude. Like, should be 4.4, but we trying to bulk up for, you know, the bigger the league. So I'm like, I get that, but for Joe to run that, and that's when Joe literally 2 weeks later, 4.443 at his day going pro day, we was all like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's so fast, man. Like,
yeah, goes back to the Cardinal Tate thing, right? Like if you fast, you're gonna rerun that. So yeah.
So that's what we're like. Everybody's gonna have a different, you know, feel with that, man. But for me, man, that was my pro day experience, man. And yeah, I loved it, man. It was pretty damn good, dope. We even got a couple of good like free meals out of it too. Like, oh, y'all, what you want to talk to me? You gonna take me out to dinner? Now it's Harrisonburg. All right, we ain't got a lot of like high luxury places, but you gonna take me out? Cool, man. I got time for y'all. Yeah. I got time for y'all, man.
I won't be a cheap date.
Yeah. Oh, you better believe it. I want all the appetizers.
How soon after that do they start reaching out to you all for your visit with
your top 30 visits? So literally I knew probably within 3 days tops.
Okay.
I want to say my pro day was like, it was like a Thursday, Friday. It was like end of the week. And that's the other thing too, man. They'll like your agent will help you schedule, like at least for the big people, like the bigger name people, the guys that know you're going to have a lot of fanfare, they'll help schedule it around other pro days. So that way it's not crazy conflicts. Because what you don't want to do is, man, let me schedule my pro day at the same day as Jerry Hughes at the time when he's coming out. If we're both playing the same position, he's a first rounder.
Yeah.
And they want to see that, they're going to go to that pro day over my pro day, right? So you think of that also when you're kind of in that conversation. So we had like a perfect day where it wasn't a ton of, oh, this guy's working out at Ohio State or that guy's at Virginia Tech. So it was packed. It was nice. But, you know, from there, like I said, it was probably like 3 days later, that next week, I was starting to, my agent hit me up and let me know, hey, man, Philly wants to fly you out. Buffalo wants to fly you out. San Fran wants to fly you out. We're going to schedule it like this, and this. So that way, man, you're not doing a whole bunch of back and forth. And it literally becomes like, and I told you, even when we were joking about Washington, it was like, oh, they want to, and I was like, I ain't, because the whole local visit thing, right? It just threw me off. But it, like for some dudes, it will become like you'll have just 2 weeks consecutively just being on the road because man, you're not going back. You're just flying here. All right, we're going to wash it, resuit it, or bring another, and then we're going to fly over here. And not everybody treats it like this, but I'm old school, man. So I'm suited and booted every time. It's like, man, if I'm showing up, I'm going to look the part. So I remember like, man, being one of the only dudes showing up to these meetings in a 3-piece suit, tie, like, yo, this is what we on. It's like, yo, it's not as comfy as you guys are, but I bet I'm the best dressed in this mug. All right, they ain't gonna forget that. Like, and that was a vibe, but like, like that was how quickly it happened though. Like, and the other thing that they don't talk about is this. So pro day was dope. You have your top 30 visits, but you're also having teams come back and visit you as well. So I remember like having the Patriots come back. Yeah, the Patriots. I remember them coming back private workout with them. That's what you hear, like private workout. So it was like Patriots came back, hosted a private workout, and it was dope. But I bombed the interview portion of it, right? In the sense of not could I talk to you? I bombed it in the sense of they put me on that whiteboard and was like, draw cover 1, draw cover 2, draw cover 3, draw cover 4. I was overwhelmed. I did not know because up until that point, I never had to. But I remember that feeling, and I remember that was one of the big reasons why I learned so much going forward. And then getting to the NFL and also getting my head cracked, man, my first training camp when they're like, yo, this concept, that concept, because once again, just never had done it before. So when you're trying to learn it at the highest level with all this pressure, it can be a lot on you. But I was lucky to, you know, have other traits that could buy me time. And that was the cool part. But yeah, and this whole like top 30 visits, man, you'll have pre-draft workouts as well that can go, you know, a multitude of ways. Jacksonville, that workout was way better, right? It was like, hey, man, killed this interview. Workout was good. Hey, man, everything was perfect until they decided to go in another direction. Shout out to Larry Hart. All right. If you know, you know. But yeah, man.
Like Steelers legend. That just gave me chills because it, I think I posted on my Instagram, like behind every like successful person, like you'll never understand like where they struggled or like their darkest moment. And you having that moment of being like, I don't know how to do this. But what it did was it created a person in you where you were like, I am never going to be in another situation where I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that that's so important because we don't often talk about how we got here. It's always like that we did it. Because that's the reason why I got my PhD. Like somebody told me I would never. And I was like, excuse me. And so there's like, it's funny how we all have those moments in life where we get to make a decision where it's like, are you going to believe that you don't know this? Or are you going to teach yourself this so that you can know it the next time somebody asks you? So that's amazing. I love that. Was there any team that called where you were like, yeah, oh my gosh, I get to go visit? Like, what was there a team like that for you?
Yeah. For me, San Fran and Philly, like I was the most excited about. Like I said, Buffalo showed me so much love pre-draft process, but I overlooked them so much because I just never thought about Buffalo. It wasn't anything specific. I just like, yo, that was like one of my first top 30 visits. They were one of the first ones to like meet me at the combine. They were one of the first ones show up to the pro day. I literally have pictures that 10 years after the fact, I go back and I look and I was like, bro, was that my man from the Bills I was talking to this whole time? And I didn't even realize that. But in the picture, it was like, oh, I'm just talking to NFL guys. And I'm like, bro, they were literally everywhere. But yeah, for me, man, San Fran, I was the most excited because it was my first time going to California. I was going to meet Mike Singletary. It was the Niners. I was a diehard Patrick Willis fan.
I could see
so that. The fact that like, man, I was going to be going out there. He wore 52. I had wore 52 my whole life up until that point. It was just like, dude, it was destiny, right? So I love that. And then the other one was Philadelphia. And that's because, like I said, Brandon Graham. My senior year, his senior year, man, he had, you know, I think it was like 20 tackles for loss. I had 23 and a half tackles for loss. He had crazy amounts. I had crazy. It was like, but the comp that I would always hear was like, yo, man, you're nice, but you're the 1AA version of like a Brandon Graham. You're like smaller, you're a little bit leaner, you're a little bit light. I'm like, dang, but it felt different than the whole Sergio Kendall, Eric Norwood convo because now they're not using him as like my direct, right? It's a different comp. It's like, yo, y'all both killed, but he was doing it at Michigan where you're doing it at JMU. So yes, y'all numbers are similar, but so the fact that me and him took our visit there together, I remember us kind of like sitting there watching literally like it was yesterday, man, watching Trent Cole, Jason Babineau in these wide nine techniques. And I forgot the DC's name at the time, but he's like talking to both of us about, yeah, man, you guys in this wide nine, like y'all got the speed, the burst to get. I'm like, dang. And I just remember like across the board, like it was so cool. Harold Carmichael, right? The Hall of Fame receiver. He was the player development guy for the Eagles at the time. And once again, me and Brandon, I was just walking through the cafeteria with freaking Harold Carmichael. And I'm just like, bro, this is nuts. And because I was, you know, still getting used to having some money in my pocket. They had free Snapple, like the Snapple juices. Yeah, the bottle joints. And I was like, hey, yo, this is like for free? It was so bad.
I can pick as many as I want.
It was so bad. Oh my God. Look, Suited and booted. All right.
Yeah.
I remember like it was yesterday, suited and booted, trying my hardest to look normal about it. I was like, bro, y'all got the bottle Snapples for free? Oh, I'm killing this. So I tell you, man, I crushed like 4 of them joints, took one to go. I'm like, yo, y'all playing, man. Like, oh, I'm like, yo, I'm for the crib, awesome. Man. Yeah, no.
I love that. So, yeah. The snacks and things that are at NFL like facilities,
insane,
are
man.
Like, and I've stayed at sometimes at hotels where like I could tell the team was there because they stole a space and they got the whole fridge.
Yeah,
and it's just all. I'm like, would anybody notice if I took a Gatorade? Like, there's so much stuff in the fridge. But I love bro. That.
You know how much these cost? Like, man, it's $5 bottle right here. You just got them just casually just chilling.
$5 a bottle. You know what I love about people? Where you, like, not only do you drink it, now I got to take a couple. Like, can I put one in my pocket? Is that weird?
TaNeisha, I was trying. Look, you ready? I was trying to play it cool because I already crushed multiples while we're in there, and I'm trying to just act normal. Like, yo, I'm hearing Brandon and all these other dudes talk about training tables and all these specific places where they eat. And I'm like, bro, I went to JMU, bro. We was cool with just, they shut the D hall down for us just on the late night. But like, we ain't have our specific, like, oh, this is where y'all eat. No, we ain't had that, bro. No. Yeah. We were after hours. All right. So like, this is new to me. Okay. But I remember like, for sure, on the way out, like I'm gonna just casually all right, we're just gonna sit here and I'm just act like I'm gonna drink this, but I'm not gonna open it. I'm just gonna act like I'm gonna drink, but I'm not gonna open it. And now, man, since we go, I'm just taking it with me. All right, guys. And that was the play for sure.
Give me 1 minute. Sure. I'll be right back. Let me just go.
Yep.
You know what's funny? I'm like that with Reese's. Like, because most times people don't have them. And so whenever I go somewhere and they do, I'm always like, all right, do I have a bag? Yeah, let me eat one. Let me put one in my purse. Let me hold them in a hand. Freaking candy's so expensive these days too.
You see it, man. So you gotta take advantage when you can take advantage. All right. So shout out to the Eagles for that though. But those are my 2 visits. Those are the 2 that I like, or not the only 2, but those are the ones that like really stood out to me the most. That I was like, yeah. But yeah, you remember all of it though, man. Like at least for me, because like I said, I was taking it all in. Like
you were living your dream.
Yeah. Like some dudes are like, yo, I ain't enjoyed it. I was like, nah, bro. Like even me bombing workouts, even me bombing interviews, like it was still like a dope. Hey, yeah, that was the best one. They probably gonna take me. I was like, I'm talking to you. Like it was dope, bro. So yeah,
I love it. Can I just say something really fast? In the comment section, they said at the Steelers facility, just a ham sandwich and water.
No, y'all gotta stop, man.
That's hilarious. You know what? After those reports, listen, if you don't laugh at it,
this is facts. This is facts. But the reason that, in all honesty, though, the funniest thing about everything around that report is this: the cafeteria is actually one of the most fire things in that whole building. The food, the chefs, like
because then they get a B. Did they get a B?
Yeah. Okay. It's small, and that's why it didn't get an A. It's like the food, like. Man, shout out to my dog Kevin. Shout out to my dog Rico. Shout out to Miss Pam over there as well, man. Like, yo, it's fire. Like so maybe throw it up, but it's an intimate set. It's intimate. Remember, it's 90-5, right? So it's intimate, okay? But you, man, they the first ones to put me on the couscous. Miss Beverly put me onto the couscous. Shout out to Miss Beverly. Miss Beverly was like, yo, I know you want to keep getting this junk food, but look, you need to try this. I'm like, what is couscous? I don't even know. I've heard LL Cool J say it one time, and I don't know what that is, okay? She's like, yo, just try the couscous. And ever since I'm like, I eat some couscous. So shout out to Miss Beverly. All right? Rico got me on the chicken sausage. All right? Shout out to the homie Rico. He make the omelets in the morning. He be like, yo, Moats, man, get the chicken sausage, man. It's fire. I'd be like, yo, Rico, you know what I like, all right? So from here on out, Rico got me on the chicken sausage, all right? So shout out to Rico. And like you said, Kev, that's the big dog. He the reason why when I cook at the house, I put my chef jacket on, because Kev is the head chef. He got the executive cooking. All right, man. Shout out to the guys over there, all right? But yeah, I rock with them, man. So that's the funny part. I'm like, yeah, of all the things, so, that's what the only thing that is actually good. It's just, it's tight.
Yeah. And that, like, just for the distinction in the chat, the facilities is the overall facilities.
Yeah.
The food, though, is the food.
You got its own, like, separate grade.
Food. Yeah. So there's a separate thing for the food. It was like, yeah. So anyways, I'm just identifying that because it's not all inclusive.
It's hilarious, though. If y'all look at the report cards, though, it's hilarious. la carte. Yes. A la carte. All right.
Okay, the options are a la carte. Okay, so yeah, and let me just say this. Shameless plug. If you want to know more about this experience, we have literally, I feel like we talked about it for probably like an hour on the second half of the episode you released yesterday with me, you, and Mark. We talked extensively about the facility. So if you want that information, you've got to go watch that episode because it's in there. Okay, for an hour. Okay, we went through a lot of healing and during the process.
It was a hilarious ending to that thing there, man. So for sure, check that out, man. Yes, but yeah, we did get y'all 2 hours in, and look, and I looked up, I was like, yo, we about to be flirting with it again at 1:45 right now. All right, so no, we're gonna continue to have decency. We're gonna continue to be respectful and mindful of all of the consumers and all of the viewers. Okay, and for this doctor over here as well, who takes time out her Tuesdays to come hang with me for a little bit. All right. So, TaNeisha, since we are wrapping this thing up, all right, because we're not going to do 2 hours back to back, would you like to have any final words? Would you like to bless the people with anything, since you have a PhD, and that's why I call you the doctor? How would you like to finish this, Dr. T?
I love this for me. I love this for you. I love this for this show, this audience. We have tickers now. Okay. So at any moment, and I think, I don't remember what I called it for. Oh, it was like content wars. I think I was like, we're at content war. Okay. Because we always are like doing things behind the scenes and all these different things. It's amazing to be able to sit up here every Tuesday morning and have this time, though, because it's fun. So first of all, it's fun to talk about football. Football is fun, sir. Football is fun. If you don't know, remember the Titans. And I think it's important that we also have the time where it's not so like, and this and this and this. Like sometimes it's like, what do you think? What do you feel? What do you know that I don't know? What are you thinking that I'm not thinking? And I don't think we talk like that enough, where it's just like, let's just throw out ideas. Let's just think about it. Let's just talk about it. And I watch a lot of true crime. That's kind of what they do in true crime. They're like, what do you actually think happened? This is what I kind of think happened. And then eventually you're like, okay, the evidence says no. This says no. This probably, anyways, I'm sure that's how they kind of create it. So I just enjoy the space. The things in the chat are making me so happy. I just enjoy the space that we get to sit up here every Tuesday and just talk about what's going on or how we're feeling or what we hope is happening or what we think is going to happen. So shout out to you. Shout out to us for doing this. And shout out to Aaron Rodgers and Gainwell being our quarterback and one of our running backs next year. Shout out to both of those guys.
It. And look, that's how you speak it into existence right there. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. And this is also why Dr. T is the best. All right. Shout out to Dr. T. All right. Shout out to Dr. T. All right. She's the best, guys. She's the best. Just in case y'all ain't know that, Dr. T is the best. Okay. Y'all need to see it again. Y'all couldn't see what I just said. I'll put it again. Dr. T. This is why Dr. T is the BEST, ladies and gents. Okay. Y'all got it right there. All right. All caps were. Okay. All caps. All right. This is why. You see it? All right. Shout out. Shout out. All right.
Okay. You got me on that one.
All right. So with that being the case, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's stream. Hopefully y'all did. And if you did, hit the like button on both channels, subscribe to both channels, and hit that notification bell for both channels. One time for the culture. Stay safe out there, man. We'll be spinning the block doing this. What you mean?
You have super chat and
I had another one pop up.
You had a super chat that came in that was from.
Oh, good teamwork. All right. Shout out to Jay Gordon. There we go.
And you got to play us our song.
There we go. All right. So shout out to the homie Jay Gordon, also showing love, man. I almost did miss that. See, that's why y'all seen what I said. All right, y'all thought I was playing.
At the show too, Jay Gordon. I just want you to know we talked about what you said last week at the beginning of the show because we missed it last show, so we weren't going to miss it again. So
you see it because remember she has a PhD, and this is why she is the best. Okay. So as long as we're following that, we're good. So with that though, now let's make sure I read off of this super chat because I do not want to owe you any other, hey man, let me get this back on next show. So he says, Omar Khan needs to get us 4 starters. The Cleveland Clowns did it. So we must. Yes, the Clowns is the Clowns, aka the Browns, but we call him the con artist for a reason. I'd prefer a skill and a trench on both sides, wide receiver, left guard, free safety, and nose tackle as well. Okay. I like that, man. And we will see, man. We know that is obviously the big goal. If you can get 4 starters out of any draft, you feel great about your situation. But the other thing that I would also say is, are 1-year starters proven starters? Just food for thought. All right. So before we all the way crown them, let's, just think about that for a little bit. But we will see, man. But I do agree, though, man. The more starters you can get out the draft, the better in that space. And I like the position that you're shooting at as well. And then we also did have the homie AJ Martinez spinning the block, being an absolute rock star at life. Shout out to you, AJ, gifting an upper room membership, paying it forward. And to the individual that received said upper room membership, welcome to the upper room.
I'm going to start calling this Thigh Tuesday.
This is not Thigh Tuesday. I don't even like how that sounds. All
Thigh
right. I don't know what you're talking about over there.
I like thighs.
Yeah. Anywho. Okay. We're not getting in trouble today, guys. So with that being the case, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all stay safe out there. If you like thighs, hit the like button one time for the culture. Until next time, baby. Peace.
Bye.